¿Cómo están, amigos? Aquí su amigo Obi Rosales de Eleva, aquí en el estudio de River Valley Town Square. 9 de enero, el día de hoy, el pronóstico dice nieve, snow. Entonces vamos a esperar la rica nieve. Yo creo que es un momento de tal vez relajarnos. Ahorita nos decía Chris que a veces estos días los podemos aprovechar para estar en casa o bajar la rutina, reflexionar. Así que tomen notas el día de hoy que vamos a estar hablando de varias cosas. Antes de seguir, este programa está patrocinado por Black Belt Logistics. Ellos tienen su oficina aquí en Co-Create Innovation Hub. Es una compañía de traslados, trucking, comercial, pueden mover equipo grande, así que si ustedes están en necesidad de mover equipo o cosas comerciales, pónganse en contacto con Black Belt Logistics. También nuestro otro patrocinador el día de hoy es Dog Ear Books Retro Roast. Son dos negocios en uno, así que si quieren leer un libro y tomarse un cafecito a la misma vez, vayan a visitar a Dog Ear Books Retro Roast, que todavía tengo que hablar con la dueña para que me recomiende cuál es su café favorito. El de Tao es el, ¿cómo se llama? El logo de la High School Twister. Cyclone. Siempre lo confundo. Hay un drink que se llama Cyclone, así que gracias a nuestros patrocinadores. Y el día de hoy tengo una persona súper especial, súper perrona. Tengo a Jonathan Fontes con nosotros el día de hoy. ¿Cómo estás, bro?
Bien, brother. Bien, aquí andamos.
Gracias por venir el día de hoy. Tuve una cancelación el día de hoy y era por razones justas. Era el doctor Santos de la universidad y me dijo, ¿sabes qué? Con lo que está pasando, con la nieve, tengo que estar cerca de la universidad. Y le dije, no te preocupes, y pues te mandé el mensaje y gracias por llegar, bro.
No, gracias por la invitación.
Yeah, man. Y luego podemos hablar español e inglés. So, como tú te sientas, como tú te sientas.
¿Qué quiere el público?
Lo que quiere el público. Y si nos están viendo ahorita en vivo, compartan la señal y queremos ver comentarios de ustedes y queremos que le hagan like, para que más gente mire esto. Entonces, el día de hoy tenemos un programa un poco diferente, pero lo mismo. Vamos a ver qué ha hecho Jonathan en estos meses, este año, qué tienes planes el próximo. Pero tenemos unas preguntas para los dos, ¿verdad? Y se tratan de aquí del área de Russellville, cosas que hacer, cosas que nos interesan. Así que vamos vamos a hacer eso más al ratito, pero ¿qué cuentas, Jonathan? What you been up to? ¿Cómo está todo?
No, pues todo bien, Obi. Ahorita acabo de venir de ver una casa con Moisés que estábamos viendo. nos gusta ver, ¿verdad? Que podemos para comprar o para revender. Entonces, siempre estamos viendo en oportunidades, ¿verdad? Gracias a nuestros amigos, a nuestros
Yeah.
realtors, ¿verdad? Que nos llevan y nos enseñan lugares, ¿verdad? Y así es como hemos adquirido como el lugar, el shop que tenemos,
Ajá.
por nuestro amigo Tyler. Nos ayudó a agarrar eso. Entonces, vengo de eso. ah, los deberes del trabajo, tú sabes,
Sí,
¿verdad?
sí.
¿Verdad? Porque el teléfono comienza a sonar desde las 6 de la mañana.
Ajá.
Pero no, todo ha estado muy bien, Obi. El año pasado nos ha estado yendo muy bien todos estos años. Y el año pasado creo que hicimos otros pasos ah, en, en mejorando en el lado de negocio, en nuestra
Ajá.
compañía. Muchas cosas que hemos estado aprendiendo. A veces aprendes con cosas muy difíciles, pero mientras tengas ganas de seguir aprendiendo y aceptar tus errores y cosas que uno a lo mejor falla, y dices, ok, tienes que mejorar, o alguien te dice, hey, mejora en esto, entonces comienzas a aprender que tomar diferentes pasos para seguir mejorando en la compañía. Gracias a Dios que Moisés él estaba muy, muy, muy centrado en querer crecer más. Entonces me ayuda a pucharme a mí también,
Sí.
a hacer cosas, a ser un poco más profesional, consejos, porque en veces yo me encierro en mi propio mundo
Ajá.
y siento, oh, eso está bien, así, así, porque lo estoy viendo de mi manera de pensar.
Ajá.
Pero llego yo con un amigo, con alguien que yo admiro y que respeto y que digo, esta persona tiene un buen pensar, diferente al mío, pero tiene un buen pensar y siempre es para bien. Entonces, te vas tú hacia esa persona y le dices, y a mí me encanta, ¿verdad? Porque también es bueno que la persona sea directa y te diga,
Sí, sí.
ah, porque solamente así vas a crecer, ¿verdad? Pobrecitos los que se suben a un escenario y cantan una canción y, ay, salió muy feo.
Ya.
Pero ¿dónde estaban los amigos? ¿Quién lo animó?
Sí, o sea que tú prefieres que alguien te diga la verdad a que te diga, ah, no, está todo bien
No,
y
sí,
no está bien.
no, sí, la verdad es lo mejor. Te va a doler, ¿verdad?
Ajá,
Claro,
sí,
te va a
sí te duele un
doler
poquito.
y te vas a sentir incómodo, pero es mejor,
Sí.
es mejor. Y creo que si algo he aprendido es que, como dicen el dicho ese, la verdad no peca, pero incomoda.
Ajá.
Es muy cierto,
So,
sí,
tenemos
no.
que aprender a estar incómodos. Si es una crítica buena,
Sí,
porque a veces la gente te lo dice por tu propio bien y tenemos que saber cómo tomarlo positivamente, porque quieren lo mejor para nosotros.
sí. Y sabes qué, qué bueno que dices eso, pero también saber de quién viene,
Ajá,
de quién
exacto.
viene. Porque hay gente afuera que tiene muy buenos consejos, pero no siguen sus consejos.
Mm,
Entonces son palabras al aire.
yeah.
Yo creo que, y en veces a lo mejor uno lo puede tomar muy fuerte y al final la persona pues, no es la indicada,
Ajá,
no es la indicada.
no, exacto.
Esas palabras pueden servir bien con la persona indicada, porque tienes ya algo que ver, si me entiendes, algo que dices, ok, ese es un role model,
Yeah.
es alguien que yo admiro y todo eso, ok, I'll take it.
Yeah, so entonces, tomar el consejo, pero saber de quién. Porque si lo tomas de alguien que no está siguiendo sus propios consejos, entonces no, o
Es
sea,
un consejo mediocre,
ajá,
no tiene valor.
ujú, o fundamento.
Ajá, entonces a lo mejor lo puedes tomar eso, lo puedes tomar a la ligera.
Es cierto, es como muchos de nosotros tenemos sueños y planes y alguien que nunca ha hecho nada te va a decir, no lo hagas, no va a servir. Y a veces tomamos el consejo y ahí estamos, no, sí es cierto, pero nos está robando o te está robando tú el deseo de hacer ese sueño que tienes.
Ay, ¿sabes qué? Qué bueno que dijiste eso también. Eso me acuerda de algo, de que y yo creo que ya parezco disco rayado, porque sí, yo me acuerdo que ahí me decían, Jonathan, ¿por qué trabajas tanto? ¿Por qué te matas en el trabajo? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué no quieres ir a divertirte y todo eso? Parte de que siempre me ha gustado trabajar. He estado en momentos donde he andado bien quebrado, que no tengo ni un 5 y se siente bien feo no tener un dinerito, ¿verdad? Para una comida o ir a comer a un lugar. Se siente feo, ¿verdad? Entonces, por lo menos yo me acordaba de esos momentos. Entonces, yo toda oportunidad, mientras hubiera sol, yo estaba trabajando, ¿verdad? Si estaba lloviendo, órale, a ir a ver casas, estimados, goteras, todo eso. Entonces, te enseña a que echarle ganas mientras se
Sí.
puede. Porque yo me acuerdo, ahorita yo creo que todo el mundo quiere descansar, ¿verdad? Quiere descansar. Mucha gente quiere descansar. Ahorita los que no están trabajando son los que gustarían trabajar.
Sí.
Gustarían trabajar. Pero varios de los que gustarían trabajar ahorita, cuando tenían mucho trabajo, no querían trabajar o
Ajá.
faltaban y todo eso. Por eso yo creo que hay que manejar bien esas cosas, esas bendiciones, cosas que se ven que no son bendiciones, pues sí son bendiciones. Una bendición trabajar, una bendición agarrar un dinerito, es una bendición pagar nuestros biles con nuestro esfuerzo. Creo que nos da un propósito.
Sí. No, es cierto, prepararse. Y eso lo he tenido en mente yo. Ahorita que venga la temporada ocupada,
Ujú,
prepararnos para la temporada despacia.
ujú.
O sea, eso puede decir agendar proyectos a la larga, puede decir salvar extra porque, y eso es bíblico, lo he oído en la Biblia, no, don't quote me, pero hay que el hombre sabio guarda,
Ujú.
¿verdad? Para cuando venga el momento donde está despacio. Entonces es
Sí,
algo también
sí,
de
sí.
pensar.
Mi ex patrón me decía, siempre nos decía, porque gracias, me tocó bueno, mi ex patrón era muy bueno, era muy ahorrativo y creo que concordaba con lo mío, porque yo también. Yo estaba hablando con mi hermano el otro día y le decía que yo no fui a escuelas de negocio, yo no fui a escuelas de cómo manejar dinero y todo eso. Yo lo aprendí nomás, no sé cómo. Yo le decía a él que yo tenía 3 sobres. Son mis 3 sobres, ¿verdad? Era de el dinero de todos los biles
Ujú.
de mi casa, donde yo rentaba, era ese. Mi dinero, mi otro sobre era de dinero de como emergencia para lo que saliera y ahí podía jalar.
Ujú.
Y tenía mi otro sobre de donde no se tocaba. Ese sí no se tocaba. Y esas eran mis reglas, esas eran mis reglas. Se dividía el dinero y todo eso y así era. Y mi patrón siempre decía, hay ¿para qué dice en la Biblia? 7 vacas gordas
Ujú.
y 7 vacas flacas, que hablaba del sueño que soñaba un rey, no sé qué. Y era 7 años malos y 7 años buenos. Me decía, estamos en los 7 años buenos ahorita.
Mm.
No te vienen los 7 años malos. So, prepárate, siempre prepárate,
Yeah.
prepárate. Y gracias a Dios, a mí no me costaba. So, sí podía. Y cuando venía de esta temporada ahorita, gracias a Dios que tenía un dinerito guardado, ¿verdad? Para estos tiempos.
Ujú.
Y me ha ayudado, pero no sé. ¿Qué cuentas, Toby?
No, pues es bueno siempre aprender, y es bueno estar alrededor de gente que tiene los mismos sueños, las mismas metas que te pueden ayudar a mejorar. Entonces, es diferente tener un amigo, no, ¿para qué guardas? El dinero es para gastarse, right?
Ándale. Sí.
Y tal vez son las mismas personas que son las que andan en necesidad a veces porque no se prepararon para el futuro. Entonces, es diferente de andar con una persona así. Claro, si quieren vivir así de su vida, su estilo, no les
Ujú.
voy a... Yo no voy a decir que están mal,
Sí.
esa es su onda, pero a mí me gustaría si mi hijo empieza a tener amigos, que sean amigos por el lado de, hey, ahorra, prepárate para el futuro, uno nunca sabe, hay que... O sea, no poner miedo, pero alistarnos con propósito,
Ujú.
¿verdad?
Sí.
Y es algo que en las escuelas no nos enseñaron, la línea de crédito, credit card y todo eso, entonces, porque les conviene al sistema que, no,
Sí.
que paguemos el mínimo para que se ganen el interés, entonces, pero ya
Ujú.
cuando aprendes esos, y no son secretos, cuando aprendes eso de que, pues puedo usarlo para mi ventaja, entonces como
Ujú.
que, wow, te sientes como, ok, hay que usar el sistema, ahorrar y estar listos. Eso es bueno rodearte de gente que te puede ayudar a mejorar.
Sí, sí.
You know?
So, ahí es donde te das cuenta que tu círculo importa bastante, ¿verdad? Cuando estás chamaco, tú y vas a la escuela, tú quieres ser el cool kid.
Yeah.
So, tú te quieres juntar con el cool kid. Oh, pero el cool kid cuesta mucho dinero.
Sí, sí.
Cuesta mucho dinero. Entonces, yo creo que por eso no me juntaba yo con el cool kid. no podía tener los Nikes así como él, ¿sí me entiendes?
Yeah.
Pero yo creo que esas cositas fueron las que me enseñaron a ser ahorrativo.
Sí.
Miraba los precios, eran muy carísimos. Ya, no
No
lo,
estás impuesto a pagar ese...
ajá, no lo veo algo necesario
Sí.
gastar los zapatos de $100, ¿verdad? Estos de 35 están buenos.
Yo creo que, para mí es menos estrés ser básico porque, yo estoy feliz con un suéter sin marca o mis pantalones de la Target,
Sí.
mis Vans, Claro, maybe en el futuro tengo que agarrarme los buenos suits, para
Sí.
ir a
Mira,
reuniones.
a mí me gustan las cosas de marca y todo eso, ¿verdad? Y creo que lo estoy disfrutando yo ahorita un poco porque todo lo que me esperé en el principio de mi vida
Sí,
me ayudó para ahora poder disfrutarlo ahora, ¿verdad? Entonces, ahora pues ya me puedo dar mis lujitos un poquito y todo eso y está bien, pero siempre trato también todavía de gastar al nivel que yo estoy, ¿sí me entiendes?
ya.
Yo
No de
podría,
más.
yo podría gastar todo hasta acá, pero no, aquí estoy bien aquí,
Ya.
porque estamos en las 7 vacas gordas
Ajá.
y en las 7 flacas, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Entonces, hay que estar preparados, yo creo.
Oh, that's a good. Me voy a agarrar un diagram de las vacas gordas, vacas flacas, and then just a ver dónde estamos, you know. Vamos a ver
Sí.
no sé si hay unos comentarios hay que chequear si están mirando, si tienen preguntas, pero ahorita vamos a empezar a hacer unas preguntas y las vamos a tratar de responder y a ver si alguien puede aprender. Y si ustedes tienen unas preguntas, pues háganlos. Voy a agarrar mi teléfono rápido porque lo estaba cargando. So déjame.
Muy bien.
¿Tienen las preguntas?
¿Yo?
Nos
Ok.
basamos de la...
Ok, los voy a preguntar y tú las contestas y ya, o entrecambiamos, ¿ok?
Sí, entre los dos. A ver, vamos a
Ok.
ver.
So, hice un poquito de trampa, estaba que serían cosas buenas que habláramos y ahorita escogí unas de las que te mandé, que sería hobbies. Hobbies, ¿qué son hobbies? ¿Qué son hobbies? Cosas que te gustan aquí, Obi.
Pues ahorita lo que me gusta es cuando... Ahorita lo que hemos hecho mucho es sacar al barco.
Eh,
Y no, soy yo, ahorita en estos meses he estado aprendiendo a manejar el barco que tienes y it's pretty cool, es como bien, riding the waves y aunque la otra vez estaba como bien en el aire y todo.
Sí, sí, estaba botando mucho. Sí, no, el barco, sí, sí. Am, Eso es una de las cosas que veo en veces también en gastar un poquito de dinero, que gracias a Dios ese barco me lo regalaron. Era un tip de un trabajo, me lo regalaron. Muchas gracias. Ah, y nomás le puse la carpet otra vez, le trabajé el motor y todo eso. Pero ha sido una muy buena inversión
Sí.
para divertirme con la familia y con amigos. La mera verdad, cuando nos vamos y tú
Yeah.
manejas, yo ando bien relax,
Yo soy el
relajado.
chofer y
Sí,
me gusta manejar.
yo bien
Ya estoy
relax.
impuesto, manejo a mi esposa a todos lados. So,
Sí, entonces,
yo creo que es un buen hobby de ir a, ¿cómo se dice? Boat riding,
ujú.
y te despeja, como que te olvidas de todo, como que estás gliding, estás nomás paseando en el agua, y luego aquí está bien bonito, no es como que fuera desierto, es árboles, ves los pájaros, ves las nubes y
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
No, it is cool. It
So,
is
ese es un
cool.
hobby que lo bueno que tienes un barco, so puedo decir que es un hobby que me gusta hacer, ir a pasear un barco.
Yeah. Y ahora vamos a ir a pescar, ¿verdad?
Ya, estamos hablando de pescar, so eso es otro. Y, quiero ir a pescar, sacar o sea, no, yo soy de las personas de que tengo que terminar el proyecto ese día. Y
Ajá.
a veces tengo que, ok, ya son las 9, ya, So, mi idea de ir a hacer esto sería ir con la lancha, ir a buscar un good spot, pescar, regresar, limpiar el pescado y cocinarlo ahí en el parque o en la casa. O sea,
Ajá.
eso va a ser un plan de todo el día.
Sí.
Que hagan el arroz
Ajá.
blanco en la casa. Mi mamá hace pescado frito. Si está viendo mi mamá, cuando venga vamos a hacer pescado frito. So, mi mamá hace pescado frito con arroz blanco y su lechuguita y una salsa verde y algo así. So, I mean, imagine that. Ese es estilo ir a pescar, estilo mexicano. Like, hey, vamos a ir a pescar, vamos a limpiar y un frito. Pescado. No me gusta pescado en sopa.
¿O no?
Nah.
Y
Maybe
sorry.
porque he tenido mala experiencia, no sé. Pero, o sea, no me gusta.
Hey, son
¿A ti
cosas.
te gusta?
Sí, sí me
Sí.
gusta, sí.
Ah, ok, pero
Sí. Yo como mucho marisco. Ah,
el que no he comido es ceviche.
ceviche.
Yeah.
¿Aquí o en dónde?
Aquí realmente no creo, maybe una vez. So, el único ceviche y todo eso que he comido es de allá de Los Ángeles o si lo hemos hecho en la casa. Y no quiero ser, o sea, cada quien lo de ellos, pero si le echas ketchup al ceviche, no es ceviche.
No,
You know what I'm
no.
saying? I mean,
Yo no le he hecho, yo no le he hecho ketchup.
ketchup y con el imitation crab es like, okay, whatever. Pero no, la tiene que ser, para mí, con 3 ingredientes, sal, pescado o shrimp y limón. Y si le quieres blend al limón un jalapeño para que sea como aguachile. That's all you need, you know.
Aguachile
All the
sounds
other
good.
stuff is I know, huh? A ver dónde vamos
Vamos a
después.
tener que, dijiste que tú haces un buen ceviche, ¿verdad?
Ya,
Y tú
yo
lo
digo
haces
que
de
sí.
pescado, ¿verdad?
De pescado porque chupa el limón mejor o lo podemos mixtear. I mean, el de shrimp también lo podemos
A
hacer,
mí el
pero
pescado no me gusta mucho.
no.
Sí me gusta, pero no algo así. Me
Tengo que
gustan.
hacer unas llamadas a ver cuál es el pescado indicado, porque hay uno que tiene su sabor, hay uno que chupa bien el limón I mean, trust me, it tastes really good. Yo no sabía, yo siempre comía el de, um, el de shrimp, y hasta que me dijeron, oh, ¿quieres de pescado? Y dije, ok, lo voy a tratar y me gustó, o sea,
Oh.
chupa los jugos bien, so that's why me gusta.
Hey, yo tengo un amigo que lo hace igual todo, pero le agrega mango.
Okay,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like to try new things.
Yeah, lo voy a decir a ver cuando lo vea. No lo he visto, anda perdido ahorita.
Anda perdido. Y los que estén viendo, amigos, hagan comentarios. Estamos viendo qué hobbies hacen. Pongan en los comentarios qué es algo que hacen afuera de su rutina, ¿verdad? Yo no sé si les gusta hacer ejercicio. Como yo, me gusta ir a raitear el barco y muy pronto pescar. O les gusta dibujar. Mi hija, ella invierte horas dibujando, man. Dibujando. ¿Dónde está la Juliana? Y ahí la encuentro, está dibujando. All right, pues ese es
Sí.
su hobby. Maybe lo puede convertir en una profesión.
Ujú.
You know, so.
Sí, sí.
A ver, y otra pregunta que tengas. Me habías mandado otras. A ver, déjame ver.
Aparte del barco, entonces, ¿qué hacías antes o qué te gusta hacer con tu familia?
Bueno, nos gusta. Ahorita estamos como en una temporada trabajar, situarnos bien en esta ciudad, estamos haciendo la casa, figurando las carreras, pero allá en Los Ángeles nos gustaba salir mucho a la playa, ¿verdad? Al museo, porque es que allá estaba todo cerca. Disneylandia teníamos el pase,
No, sí.
y ir a visitar a los amigos el fin de semana. Hay muchas funciones, entonces, aunque acá también nos gusta porque está más despacio en el ambiente, entonces como que estamos relax, no estamos saliendo cada fin de semana y
Sí.
todo eso ayuda también al bolsillo. So, imagínate mi familia de 5, vamos a comer, ponle que $100, pero 4 veces en un mes ya son 400 y luego maybe unas 3 extra porque íbamos en camino ya. Hace los números y ya gastaste unos $500 en salir a comer. So, sí, nos gustaba mucho ir a la playa y visitar lugares. Y le estaba diciendo a Jasmine que aquí hay muchos lugares naturales para ir a visitar. So, yo creo que este año vamos a aprovechar y salir. Hemos estado hablando de acampar tal vez, ¿verdad?
Sí,
Que las
sí.
niñas quieren acampar. So, siempre hemos hecho cosas con familia. Ahorita lo que hacemos familiarmente el fin de semana, vamos juntos a la iglesia y nos vamos a comprar el grocery juntos. And it's kind of like a family ordeal, you know.
Pero yo miro que van al parque mucho también, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí.
Ahí a la marina, ¿a dónde van?
Sí, como vivimos cerca, sí, vamos mucho. Y en el verano, cuando está la calidad del clima bien. So, especialmente las niñas, you know, the girls.
Sí.
Let's go al aquarium. So,
No, y es que el parque ese, yo me quedé a acampar, si te acuerdas, me
Sí.
quedé a acampar ahí en el verano, ¿eh? Yo como loco.
¿cuándo? 2 semanas.
Sí, como
Oh,
2
man.
semanas dejé el asunto. No, ay, me la pasé bien chido, bien, me la pasé. Los baños es lo más, los baños limpios, muy
Yeah.
limpios.
Eso es bueno, ¿no?
Ajá,
En un
sí,
parque que
sí,
estén
no. Yo
limpios.
ahorita estoy pensando, maybe a poner la tent ahorita en el frío.
Ahí vivo yo
unas
cerquita,
sufridas.
si no la aguantas te vienes a la casa
Sí,
rápido.
no, pues
porque-
sí me gustaría. Las niñas yo creo que le gustaría
Yeah.
unas 5 cobijas, yo creo.
Ajá, o un
O, ¿sabes
cafecito.
qué? No, una heated cover.
Oh, yeah, ajá.
O
O un little heater eléctrico.
Ya no,
Eléctrico, porque yo de gas, ¿no? Imagínate,
no,
te
no, no,
ahogas
no,
ahí.
no, sí, no, de eléctrico. Y ahí tienen power y todo eso, ¿sabes qué? Creo que sí lo voy a hacer. Ahí les voy a tener que dar unos updates.
O si lo haces, me avisas. Nomás voy a decir hi yo, porque no creo.
No,
I don't
claro.
think I don't think
No, está bien.
no creo que pueda aguantar
No
el
te
frío.
agüites, sí.
You know? So, a ver,
Sí.
so ese es un hobby. Y dijimos que hobby te gusta hacer a ti.
Ay, me gusta de todo, vi.
De todo.
Sí.
Lo que caiga ese
Mira,
día.
apunté unas cosas aquí porque, mira, tengo que comenzar a prepararme un poco. Pero primero, experiencias, nuevas experiencias. Me encantan nuevas experiencias. Gracias a Dios tengo muchos amigos
Sí.
y ahora soy bien platicador, ¿verdad? So, hago nuevos amigos y hablo con ellos y todo eso y me junto con ellos y ya me dicen de nuevas cosas o
Sí.
nuevos lugares, todo eso. Como ahorita apenas fui a la Perigin y encontré otro nuevo trail que me llevaron ahí y estaba muy bonito. Los voy a llevar. Ya te dije, tenemos ahí un
Vamos.
pendiente aquí en el Outpost, tenemos ese que está chido también y
Ajá.
luego vamos a ir al
Sí,
Perigin
sí.
allá.
Pues el Oppo está más cerca, ¿no?
Ajá.
Lo podemos hacer el
Sí,
weekend si
sí,
queremos.
ese lo podemos hacer. Y el otro está en la Perigin. Y después nos vamos al Waterfall también. Entonces, todas esas cosas ahí.
Son nuevas experiencias.
Hay otro caminito acá por acá. Yendo para Dover por el baseball field. Está otro caminito ahí también.
Oh, sí he ido. Que tiene el lago y vas por atrás.
Creo que sí.
Nosotros tenemos una experiencia y llevamos a las niñas hace unos 3, 4 años. Estaban más chiquitas. Y andaba eso de Slenderman. No sé si
No.
o Siren. Tira un Siren. Right. So andaba eso. Y fuimos y toca el miércoles a las 12.
Oh, sí.
Y empezó esa onda. Y las niñas, ahí viene Slam. No sé. It was funny. Tenemos el video. So it's just like, it's a good memory. Pero sí fuimos ahí una vez, lo descubrimos. Nomás fuimos. Andábamos de vacaciones acá y me encantó. Fuimos todo alrededor, nos perdimos en la selva y ya regresamos. That was cool. Pero está bueno lo de nuevas experiencias. Me gusta porque, por ejemplo, tenemos un amigo, Josh Buchanan, que dice, los quiero llevar a cazar patos.
Sí, eso va a estar
Entonces yo creo que sí quiero, pero digo, y luego con este frío a las 4 de la
tú
mañana.
al de frente, Obi, no te rajes, Obi.
Tengo que ponerme 10 suéteres.
Ponte esos, ¿cómo se llama? Los
Snow
cargo
suits.
pants y todo eso. No,
Yeah. No, y dijo que tenía todo, o no tenemos excusa. Y le dije, ¿y qué tengo que comprar? Dijo, yo tengo todo.
Ey,
Entonces-
hablando de nuevas experiencias, dijimos que queremos hacer el cold plunge, ¿verdad?
Oh, ya.
Sí. Intentamos ya parar de decir, ya llevamos varias veces que lo hicimos y no lo hemos hecho.
Ya. Ok, a ver, tenemos un comentario. Let's check it out. A ver, vamos a buscar. ¿Es in Spanish or English?
Spanish.
Okay.
Oh, sí, mira, ahí es así. Dile que nos dé unos buenos consejos o a ver cómo llegar. Yo nunca he ido ahí, so me gustaría ir con alguien.
So dice Meredith Martin Motes, dice, ¿has visitado Mount Magazine? Es muy, muy bonito. No,
Yo
no lo he
tampoco.
visitado.
Imagínate.
Where is it? Where's Mount Magazine? ¿Dónde está? Have you been to Mount Magazine?
I have. It's
Where is it?
south of Ozark, I think. South,
Okay.
southwest, maybe.
So going up the 40 this way?
Yeah,
And
and then
then
off at Ozark.
south that way?
Oh, okay. You get off Ozark. Okay.
Yeah. and
Okay.
then you keep going south for a while, I believe.
Okay, so
I
may,
could be wrong. But
so
it's
maybe
in
that could be
area.
that could be something to do.
Yeah. If someone's watching too, they can. They want to give us a little tour. Hey, I like tours. Know that way.
Yeah, me too.
That's one thing I think, and that's probably what we have. We just don't know it.
Yeah.
But if anybody knows, people that do tours for places like this, hey, I would love to.
That would be good. I had told a friend that has a limo. I was like, "Hey, you can do packages like, I know it's not a bus because it's like something like terrain, but
Yeah.
people fit in there. Hey, maybe a trip to visit the wineries, a
Oh
limo
yeah,
ride.
yeah.
Or if somebody has like a nice bus, a little excursion to Mount Magazine, bring him down to Petty, So I don't know. Maybe there is something. I say if somebody let us know, and if they do have an excursion or something to go visit places, we can
Yeah.
bring them in here, talk about it, get it discovered.
And if there isn't, hey, these are ideas. These are ideas that
Uh-huh.
people can get. Work is everywhere.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of business you can do. That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
If someone is, I remember, I don't know the area like good, but I got my own little places that I do that I like to I like to do sometimes some drives through the back roads and the mountains, like through Crow Mountain.
Yeah.
Go all through Russellville, come to Pottsville, Atkins, come out, and just different little areas. And it's amazing.
That was me when I moved here.
That was
I would get
amazing.
lost. I was just like, let me drive, keep driving, and I learned all the streets in the highway. So it was fun at first.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite view is I think it's the skyline where the
Yes.
harvest is.
Yeah.
There's like a little hill going up, and then it connects with Hilltop. It looks amazing in
Yes.
spring and fall.
In the summer, when it's like that, and it's like you come in when sundown is going down like that, you can see all the little rays of lights, go through there, and you go from hot. Like I do it because sometimes I'll ride my motorcycle, and that was my favorite spot right there because it'll be hot, and then once you hit those tree lines, it gets really cool in there. You're like, oh, it feels so
Nice.
good.
It's funny how we just switched from Spanish to English
Yeah,
with
right.
ease.
We got an English comment, too.
Okay, let's see.
Claudia says, Arkansas has many beautiful places. Go digging for diamonds in Murfreesboro.
Oh, diamonds!
Okay,
I've never
yeah.
done digging diamonds, but yeah, I've always seen it because I
I've
used to
heard
go
of
to-
that. Yeah.
That's in
I'd
Hot
like to-
Springs, isn't it?
Murfreesboro. There might be something-
Murfreesboro. Thanks for your comment, Claudia. If you guys are watching, el que esté viendo, hagan comentarios, cosas que hacer aquí en el área de Russellville y Arkansas. We were talking about Dardanelle Rock yesterday, and I don't know when, but I'd like to go.
Me too.
And maybe climb it, but we have to take professionals, Tao Swicegood.
Yeah.
To be there.
Tao's been lacking a little bit. I've been wanting to do a little bit of that rock climbing. I know he's been busy, but he's gonna have to make some time.
So if you're watching Tao,
yeah, you're on the spot.
let's put it on the calendar.
Let's collab.
Even
right?
if I don't climb it, I'll be there and just supervise. I'm just already thinking my toes. I don't know. And I've seen those. What is it called? Free climber, free solo. That climber that just climbed that rock without a harness or
Did you see
nothing.
that?
Man, and I see his fingers. I'm like, man, that guy could rip you apart with his finger,
I don't think it's gonna be that hard, Obi, but it is. I heard a little bit. You know what? I've been here all my life, pretty much, and I haven't been there.
Yeah.
And
It's
I've
because
been-
for us, it doesn't come natural. We're like, we go grind, go to school, whatever. But it just has to be something that grows into you, and then you have to be intentional. Like, I'm gonna go climb a rock today. Like you did the parachuting.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like you just decided and you went to do it.
The thing is, I like doing everything. I like all that stuff. I do it. I've done some rock climbing. It's just I'm not the person when I don't know something. It's hard for me to do something that I don't know. I have to see. I have to see someone do it, or I have to someone take me there. So that's
Yeah.
why I like communicating with a lot of people and talking and all that because that's how I learn everything.
Yeah.
They're like my friend told me about that Christmas tree where there's a place somewhere you can go cut it yourself and they load it on your car and all that. I want to do that. Maybe I'll do it next year. For
Yeah.
that experience. Go with my kids and we get it cut
Yeah.
and do the actual experience of it. I've never done that. I got a fake tree that I've had forever.
Yeah, there's pros and cons though, a fake tree and a real tree.
You see,
It's like the fake tree is like it's just gonna be ready to go. It doesn't
Yeah.
dry up, and then the real tree, well, it brings a smell to your house. We've done it before, and it looks super real and natural. But then it sheds, and then
Yeah.
they start dropping. But I mean, like you said, the experience.
Yeah.
Especially cutting it yourself. I mean, come on, your kids. I remember doing things with my dad when I was little that I still cherish.
Yeah.
And they're like the most simplest things, but you go back to that because it's a really nice memory. So doing that with your daughters, cutting a tree, I bet they'll take it with them forever.
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So I can deal with the shedding, and I
Yeah.
think I'll do it next year too. Although I probably have to get a kind of semi-tall tree because the ceiling's kind of tall. It's gonna look like a little, like a little thing right there. But it's that and the experience that counts.
Yeah.
Let's see, Tevin Ramirez, count me in, Tao. I'll go climb some mountains. Obi will come and eat the sandwiches we pack. Oh, that's right. You know what? Sandwiches are life, man. I think I could survive any apocalypse with a sandwich. You know what I mean? Let me tell you why. Because back in the days in LA, now I know that my parents didn't have a lot of money. My mom tells me the stories. Yeah, your dad will give me $20 for the groceries back in the days. So whatever it was in the early 90s, you could probably get a lot. But I remember having cup of noodles, bologna, Kraft cheese,
Yeah. Peanut butter.
bread, peanut butter, jelly,
Yeah.
cereals,
Cereal. Yeah.
the milk, the big old, and I don't know where I was going with this.
Hard times.
Hard times,
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, I remember. But one thing I cherish is my dad would bring a whole bunch of bolillos, right, from the panaderia. What would be the equivalent of bolillo for our American crowd? Bolillos,
I guess like a Subway bun. I guess.
what would you call a Subway bun? Like just French bread? I don't know.
Yeah.
To make like a sandwich, like a long. So we have bolillos. The bolillos look kind of oval. So we'll get a whole bunch of those. We'll get bologna. We weren't into turkey back then. It wasn't like, oh, turkey's healthier. Bologna.
No, we
I grew up with bologna. I'm good. And avocado, aguacate,
Oh snap.
tomatoes, and then the lettuce, and then my mom got us used to the lime mayo. I don't know if you get
Never had that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought that's how it tasted until I met my wife. And she's like, no, this is the mayo that is not flavored. And I'm like, I didn't like it at first.
She said, "No, this is the real mayo." She said, "Huh?"
And I was like, it's this one. It can't be, my mom, So my mom got us used to the lime one. And so it was great. And then we go to the beach, and do tortas or bolillo sandwiches.
Yeah.
With none other than a Coca-Cola. So imagine at the beach, 90s, late 80s, we're there with our sandwiches. I mean, if we took sandwiches and burritos into Disneyland, there wasn't we're going to eat at this restaurant inside of Disney. We only had enough to buy the tickets. Back in that days, they were probably still $20, $25 to get into Disneyland. And that's all we had. And my mom was packing this big old bag, with 100 burritos, but they were the best. They're chorizo and beans with huevo.
That sounds like a good time.
So that's what I share. So anyways, as long as I have sandwiches, I'll be good. And I told my wife every time, what should we eat? I always say sandwiches.
Yeah.
I was just saying she's probably bored this guy with his sandwiches, but it's the best, especially bolillo ones. Man.
Yeah, bolillos does bring a different taste to the food and all that. I learned that with the guy. He used to do the restaurant business, and he came work for me for a little bit, and he always had bolillo and all that. And it's like, man, why you always eat bolillo? It's because it's like we'll make food, and whatever leftovers there is. Anything goes with bolillo. I just split that, throw that food, whatever it is leftovers, I throw it in there.
Someone put a picture of a bolillo in the comments. So for those that don't know, Yeah. Jay Davis says early 90s were the best. I remember the early 90s. Yeah, I'm 81, so I was already 10 by 91,
I think every generation is the best for everybody.
Yeah.
Us is, probably the
we're
90s.
The
And
best.
then, and then these guys, 2000. I don't know. I was lost in the 90s, really. I just come to this world here, and it was a whole different world,
How was it? Like, you're just like, what? Everything's in English.
Yeah, everything's in English. And then I was in California, so I had a couple classes that were kind of Spanish. But the moment they switched to English, I was just lost. It was different. I think that made it a little hard in my whole life of school. Like, I was never really in school. Now that I can understand better and everything, I can see it. Maybe that's why I like learning now, because now I can actually understand everything and grasp it a little bit better in my mind.
Yeah. I feel you. I went into kindergarten as a 5-year-old just knowing Spanish.
Yeah.
And so I remember the kindergarten teacher was Miss Goldblood. She was the nicest, but I was grasping. I didn't really grasp the whole concept of like education here in English till I was in the 3rd grade.
Okay.
So it was hard, and there wasn't no ESL or none of that. They just threw you in there. If you didn't know what was going on, the teacher was kind of like, well, I can't help you. I don't even know Spanish.
Yeah.
But I started watching the news, and I started like figuring it out.
It depends too, because I've, like you said, at 3rd grade, that's when you start kind of catching, me, and had that. So I said at age 11, I started learning the English a little bit, but I wasn't getting it still. I was just starting to listen to it more. And my thing, I keep saying that, but mine was after I graduated. Yeah. After I graduated was when my real school started. Maybe the school of life, I guess. Yeah. And still today, I'm still always learning it, man. And the world's fast.
Yeah.
The world's real fast right now with technology and everything. It's real fast. So it's really good to move around.
Yeah.
Like, I like hanging around with you because you always see some new tech things going on. Tao.
Tao's in the future, man.
Yeah.
No, but it's good that we're open. At least me, I'm always learning, and there's always somebody better than me, and that's okay.
Yeah,
because I can always learn and keep growing. I don't know it all, and that's okay. So it's good. It's good to just have an open mind. But yeah, I think that the language barrier for us, it was different times though. Like, we couldn't pick up a phone and translate or interpret or Google it. It was just like, I had to go to the actual downtown library to research stuff. Still, this is in 1999. To do book reports and stuff. Take the bus and go. Now, just from your home, you're like, okay, blah blah blah, and you just Google it and.
Yeah, or listen to whatever. I grew up to also Spanish shows. All day.
Don Francisco. Oh. That's right.
Univision, Telemundo, and all that. There was no novelas at my house. My dad was.
My favorite one was Don Francisco on Saturdays, and it didn't matter how late you got home, it was still on. So I would catch like the last hour. I think it was 8 p.m. to midnight, Don Francisco. So it started getting good at 10 and on. So we would show up, Don Francisco, and then Ocurrió Así. With Enrique Gratas or something. It was like, and ocurrió así, and then boom, they'll throw like what was gonna happen. I was always into that, like who a bus flipped over. It was, they're just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
A ver quién se acuerda.
Don Francisco.
Meredith dice que she watches Eleva para practicar mi español. Es muy ayudarme.
Oh, ok. Tenemos que hablar español entonces.
All right.
Está bien.
Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any comments, go on here. Share the signal. We're waiting for a snowstorm.
Yes.
Some people say it's 1 inch. Some people say 7. I was telling yesterday because we were on here. We were talking to my mom, and I was like, "Mom, we were expecting a snowstorm," and I asked Jazz, "Hey, so how much snow are they saying?" And then my wife said 4 to 7 inches, and my mom heard, and she's like, 47 inches, and so I let her like dwell in it for a little bit, and then I told her she said 4 to 7, not 47. So, it's crazy. I mean, there's winds out there, fires in Cali, and all this stuff, but.
Now that you said the
much about
snowstorm, I was not paying attention. I think it's a maybe a good idea. We should say. So, is your house where you're staying right now? Is it ready for this winter, for this cold?
My house, as far as food, we're good. We have 3 fridges.
Okay.
I don't live in my own home.
Yeah.
I live with the in-laws. Everything is pretty much good. We don't have a generator though.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where we would kind of get the wood and get the fireplace on.
Or do you guys have a actual fireplace?
Yeah, there's a fireplace.
Oh,
So
but do you have wood?
It's outside.
Okay. Good.
It's stacked.
Okay.
How good it is, I don't know. Why are you getting me worried now, bro?
No, because
They make a phone call. Hey.
no, I want people to know. I was thinking more in the construction side.
Yeah.
So I went to Lowe's and got the little covers for the faucets outside.
Oh, me too.
You know,
we
so
got those.
that. So I make sure that the shop had it. I gave some to Moses for his house.
Oh, that was that one time I saw you at Lowe's, and there was like a whole bunch of little foam.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I was like, where's it going?
And my parents' house, my house, all that. So those things are there for a reason, so they won't freeze. Your pipes and everything. Other is when it starts thawing out. That's the bust is, and then we're gonna have those. So we're gonna have a lot of plumbing issues after this. All this ice storm. So if you can get ready, put those things on, let the water drip in. I heard my buddy Tyler.
I saw the video.
Man,
Thank you, Tyler, for that. I didn't even know.
That was a good video. Very good. I like that. And very precise. Turn on the hot water a little bit. That was good. So,
what do you recommend for my house? We're not there yet. Everything's still kind of sealed. But should we turn on a faucet outside, or it's no biggie? We're not really using the water.
You know what? To keep water circulating, probably so.
So just open the back one and just have it dripping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I can keep everything flowing because your house is probably gonna get. Well, no, you got the heater on and everything already on.
Yeah.
Too, huh? No, but it'd be nice. The ones definitely the ones that are closer to the outside. Whatever faucets are close to the outside walls, turn that water on. There's a little drip.
All right. I'll do that right after this. But I mean, I like what Chris said. Sometimes these moments where like everything kind of slows down and shuts down, it's a good time to relax.
Yeah,
because there's nothing much you can do.
There's always
unless if you got to be out there,
Yeah. No, but there's always you can do. You see, and that's the thing though. If you're looking at it on the business side, everything. If you got something doing. I tell people don't just sit there. Now we got technology now.
Yeah,
and it's a good day to study.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good day to enjoy with your family, with your kids. Watching, sometimes we live. Even though we're a little bit slower than other states, we still live a little fast life, our routine and everything. It'd be probably a good day to just relax with your kids, with your loved ones, watch a movie together. Give a little bit of time to them or to yourself. Because we sometimes, especially if you're hustling, you're trying to get something going, you work. And you don't give a lot of time to yourself. So I think it's good. It's good to relax every now and then. It's not good to relax all the times, because we're not made to relax all the time. I think we're made to hustle. We're made to move around.
Yeah.
And our lives have gotten easier with all these commodities.
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard to, you know. Before it was normally like I was out there working. Right now in this weather, like my guys are, I was out there, you know, in the cold and
They're
hands
out there right
freezing.
now, right?
Yeah, they're out there working, you know, and all
Yeah.
that. They don't have to if they don't want to, but sometimes, you know, we got bills. Bills don't stop coming.
You got bills and responsibility, and also,
Yeah,
I mean, they know that if they leave the job a certain way, it's not gonna be a good idea. So
yeah,
they got to leave it at least prepped
yeah.
for this to pass or whatever. You know?
And honestly, as cold as it is, hey, I'm glad we're not up in north over there, and what do you call it, Wisconsin over there, and
Well, someone from Kentucky is moving in
Chicago.
town soon.
Oh,
And
yeah?
they were in touch with me already because they're asking if they can park their trailer behind a property that we own.
Yeah,
So we bought it from another owner, and we started talking. He says out there it was like about 9 degrees yesterday,
yeah,
you know, and he said it was like it's snowing more than usual out there. So it's I guess it's gonna it's gonna come this way somehow. So
yeah, yep, yep, yep.
so
Yeah, so I think it's a good place. We get snow maybe for 2 days, maybe 3,
yeah.
like that, and then we go back to work, everything again.
Yeah.
So that's I think
But
I call that
imagine
a
it was like
blessing.
weeks, just snowed in,
Or
like
months. Imagine that. Yeah.
so
And
we'll
I've
be
seen
fine.
them. I've seen them work during that too. They don't stop because then you got all the weight of snow on the roofs. You
Yeah.
know, somebody's got to remove all that snow. It's gonna cave in.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, people are out there working.
Those are los como dicen los valientes.
Yeah, I'm not very good with the cold weather. I'm not.
Me
good.
neither.
That's
That's
why I've
why-
always been a summer guy. Like summer, everybody's like, "Isn't it too hot?" Oh man, it's good. It's good.
I had to pull out my snow hat, that little El Chavo hat.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't just
Oh,
hang.
definitely.
And it isn't even. It was like in the top 20s still, you know. And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
imagine it's gonna drop. It's gonna be 20 or lower.
At 13 degrees. Oh.
So-
Hey, one time I was over in Mountain Home, and I was trying to finish a job, and we barely make it. You work so slow during the cold, and the fans freezing. We just light a little bit. And I carried my heater. We put it up on the roof. Yeah, we covered the shingles up because they loaded all that. And I told the guys, man, we're going to go to work. What? They're like, yeah, let's go to work and let's finish. Let's go home. We wanted to come home. It was 6 degrees that morning. Oh, my gosh. My hands, I had 2 pairs of gloves on, and my hands were just, man, every once in a while we'll go in where the heater's at, warm them up,
Yeah.
and then go back again and work again. But, yeah, we finished that thing. We loaded up, and we took off to Russellville as soon as we can.
You know what? There's a few people that around town that know that I know you and stuff, and they ask me like, "So are you guys roofing right now?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and they have like a shocked face. So I mean, you got some good teams, and they're like, "What?" So I don't know if anybody else is roofing. Maybe they are, but at least my experience with people asking me, "Hey, so your roof was up there right now?" I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "What?" You know?
Yeah. That's I still get that. Hopefully, I can post something or send it off to the team. But I didn't used to roof if it was below 30 degrees. I didn't like nailing on shingles. We can tear off. Usually in the morning it's colder, and then it gets above 30 degrees. So we would usually tear off, and then when about 30 degrees, we'll start nailing shingles on. And but now what we do is I started getting ideas from people that work in North.
Yeah.
They put heaters.
Yeah, I saw that. I went up to Nebo a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And there was like a big, it's like a tarp, and it was
Yeah.
kind of filled up, and then you guys had the heaters like warming them up.
Yes, so we do that. We put a little like a tent over our materials, and we put the heater. And while we're tearing off, those shingles materials are getting heated, and then we'll carry a couple at a time and use them. We do that so we don't have to stop. So the guys, if they want to work, they can work.
Yeah.
They can work. So, and then also it makes me feel good because now I don't got shingles that they're busting when you nail them on and all that. I've seen them lots of places. They're just boom, nail them, and then you'll get a windstorm and it blows all the shingles away. So keeping them warm, the shingles are just right. We can nail them on and with no problem.
Yeah.
Also, my guys, they restack the shingles.
Yeah.
They don't, because when they're together, the heat can't get in. So they restack them where they leave them a little bit spaced out,
Yeah, I
where
seen
the
that.
heat can go through there. That's It's more work, but at the end, you got to do what you got to do, you know?
Yeah, no, that's great, man.
I remember when we knew it was going to snow, and let's say we're on a house or a new construction, I used to put a tarp and tarp the whole house. And then when if I want to work the next day, I just pull the tarp and then pull off all the snow and get to work with the nice, clean roof, you know? So you do different kind of things. In the summertime, I like to stack my shingles. Like if say I'm gonna put 3, 4, 5 bundles, I'll put them on top of each other.
Yeah.
And then when I'm gonna pull my first bundle, I'll move the top one down, and I get the second one, and that one's already cooler.
Yeah.
Because it's been in the shade kind of under the other one, and you nail it on a little quicker, a little better. Because when they're hot, they're just like Jello.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's incredible. Like where I guess challenges help you get more creative.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Also, people, when you work around different people, especially in construction, you got people in and out, different people, and every person brings something to the plate always. So I always like, when new people come in the crews and stuff like that, because I always learn something from them, and I'll be like, take that idea.
Yeah, yeah. Take the good ideas.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think in life you can do the same thing. What did it say? Like take the good and leave the bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes the person maybe not. You can take something good out of that person and be like, okay. Because everybody has good ideas.
Cool, man. Well, we're just about gonna be about an hour on here live.
We'll have to go.
But maybe we could do another question, and maybe leave us with a good message for the people watching. Could be Spanish or English. Because it's a new year. I don't know if they have any goals or plans. Maybe you could leave like como un mensaje, ¿verdad? But I mean, is there another question that you might want to go over? Maybe we can answer it.
I don't know if I got like a punch point question. Just curiosity. What's your favorite podcast show? If you have one.
Me?
Yeah.
Eleva, bro. Nah.
Oh, for real.
You know what? I let me see.
If you want, I'll answer it while it gives you time to think or
yeah.
something, because I know this was all last minute. I'm not a reader. I don't read books. Actually, the question was books and things I don't read. Mine's everything visual and listening. So I went to YouTube. YouTube is where I went to. Whatever I need, I go in there and I look it up because somebody already done it, and it gives me an idea what I need to do, how. So I started with to build myself because growing up with a couple of stuff in your life, your self-esteem is not there.
Yeah.
It's not there. You're building, and that's all right. When you're a young kid, when you come from a different world and things are struggles, like your self-confidence is not there.
Yeah.
So it's our job to build it, and I think with YouTube, it helped me believe in myself. So I started hearing like Jim Rohn. I got a good friend that's Jim Rohn is like, I don't know, that's her role model. And Jim Rohn is cool. Like he tells you, like, all right, build yourself, but you got to work on yourself. You want to win more, you got to work more. So listen to those kind of people, help me build my confidence, build what I need to do. And then going into more like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it helped me change my mindset of not thinking as a worker. Because I used to think that I was going to die roofing, putting in the shit and was on my whole life. And I was happy at that time with that, But as you start getting older, body starts hurting a little bit more. You're like, are you sure you want to do this all your life? And you're like, oh, I don't want to do this all my life. Yeah, it's fun, but it's not that fun like it was in my 20s,
Yeah.
So you start listening to this business side more and start learning to run a business. There's all these areas you got to work on, do things. So I think those are the people that has helped me in my podcast. It has helped me to understand better, to grow. And I'm going to have to give it a big, I guess, a lot of time invested in there watching these videos. Because, I could be listening to music and all that and fun, having a blast. But I think the educating part education is
Yeah.
key.
You're right. I haven't really listened to any of those lately, but I mean, I was big on what's Patrick Bet David,
Oh, yeah.
and then Gary V.
Yes.
It's a Joe Rogan. Right now, I've been on one. There's a guy called El Vampiro. And he's like a ex pro wrestler in Mexico,
Uh-huh.
and he's a white guy, but he speaks Spanish, and he
Uh-huh.
brings in different people like artists and everything. So it's very entertaining. This one's like entertainment, but you learn life lessons and stuff. So I've been on that one, but
Nice.
I'm gonna go back to like the ones that, not that I don't learn anything from this one. I think it's very exciting, and like he's very transparent on his life and
Yeah.
everything, and the people he brings in. But it's pretty cool. It's called Vampiro.
Vampiro.
Yeah.
You have to share that one. I have
I'll
to
share
watch
it to you. It's very interesting. It's like he'll bring in like ex-members of like Cumbia King. And
Oh,
like
okay.
They talk about A.B. Quintanilla, and then like how the guy that's there, he left, and he's touring. So and then he brings in like musicians too, which is, I'm a musician, so it interests me. Like how, and there's another guy, I forget his name, and he kind of brings in like people come from Café Tacuba, Caifanes, and because he was a big manager or something or whatever. So that's kind of like where I've been just kind of like, listening to those, but podcasts are a pretty big deal, man. You can really learn something,
Yeah.
So I would recommend listening to things that are going to grow you and open your mind to bigger and better things.
Pat Bet David was a big contributor to my learning, because when he first started, I've been hearing him for a long time. He was more on the hustle, how to, 10 steps, what's your next 10 steps, talk about maybe how to educate with your kids, your family, the points with your spouse and things like that, or when you're dating. And I related a couple of those things, like, if you're a hustler, and everybody that's a hustler, like, that's gonna go out there and get it, win, and put more than the 8-hour shifts, knows that they know themselves. They know, like, okay, I'm a go-getter. I'm not normal. I'm not happy with 8 hours.
Yeah.
So those people always, when they meet someone, they have to let them know who they are.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if they don't, they're gonna have a lot of problems in the future. Because he wants to go out there and get it. She wants him to stay and things. So if those things are not talked in the beginning, there's gonna be some friction there.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember those were part of my situations. I wanted to go out there, and that the person was aware of how I was, because met me that way. She just thought that I was gonna change, that I was gonna calm, slow down, and all that, and that hasn't happened. It's still not happening, After that, I find out really my purpose. This is me. So I think this expand where I finally grew these 3-4 years is when I really realized it's like I can't change, because I was trying to change too in a way.
Yeah.
Be more home, more this, but I couldn't. That's not me.
Yeah.
That's not me. And so I learned that, and I want to teach that to other people, that be you. Don't be somebody else, or don't try to be somebody else. Be you. If there's things that it's not right, fix them. I mean, we can always improve, but always be yourself. And that's one thing I try to be myself everywhere. That's who I want to try to be forever. I want to be myself and be very clear and transparent with people. I think people appreciate that.
Yeah, they do, and sometimes you can come across as like, oh, what a jerk, But I mean, at least you're honest, and they're getting who you really are, and not like the fake you.
Well, it goes back to that other thing, huh? Honesty, huh?
Yeah.
No peca, pero incomoda.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just sometimes, and I've been applying it too, because like me and my wife used to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And try to go to everybody, because if we don't go, they're gonna get upset, you know. But we started thinking about us, like what was better for us, and something that's good, because like maybe we have something important and we can't make it, and they're gonna get mad about it. Then, that's on them, So that helps you when you kind of look out for yourself. I don't mean it in a bad way, but like, you, your wife, your home. and if you have something with somebody and you got to cancel, like it's okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
it helps a
If you
lot.
had to. Yeah.
It's-
Good thing for schedules, huh? Thank God for schedules.
Yeah.
That's been helping me out a lot. A lot. I've never worked with schedules like a calendar before, and it wasn't until I missed a really important meeting one time, and I was like, okay, this cannot be happening.
Mm-hmm.
So calendars are nice.
Yeah, they do, and this sucks because I depend on them now. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do I have,
Yeah.
But then again, or maybe at least my mind is not made for so many things.
Yeah.
So it really helps because I'm like, okay, tomorrow I have this, or carrying around the little thing, so which it helps too. But digitally with this phone, it's just like boom, boom, checking things out, But yeah, man. Well, we're nearing the end of today's podcast. Thanks for being here today, Jonathan.
Thank you.
And thanks to those out there. Gracias a todos los que nos acompañaron este podcast. Ay, discúlpenos un ratito si les cambiamos el lenguaje, pero pues tenemos eso de saber inglés y español y gracias por apoyar. Les deseo que este año sea mejor que el anterior. Gracias por su apoyo siempre. Y is there anything else you want to add before we close out today?
No, que le echemos ganas este 2025 y hagamos nuestras metas y sigamos adelante.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, well, gracias a nuestros sponsors today, Retro Roasts and Black Belt Logistics. Thank you for sponsoring today's podcast. Si ustedes están interesados, if you're interested in sponsoring our shows or have any questions of any type on what we do, feel free to contact us at rvtownsquare.com. And you guys stay safe out there with the snow. Enjoy it. And you guys keep having a blessed week. Peace.